Hello and welcome to another episode of Messy Magic. This is the podcast where we talk about life in all its messiness and we unearth the magic that lies beneath. I'm your host, Dee Guy, and I'm so grateful that you've joined me today in this episode. I'm hoping that it's of service to you. I was thinking about what to record today and this idea popped into my mind and I felt called to share a few ideas. And then as I was jotting down my ideas in preparation to record this episode, I thought to myself, this is going to be a really good reference point for me as well. And so I think I needed this episode and maybe you do too. So as you will know from the title, today's episode is all about how to treat yourself. And I'm talking about really simple ways, but potentially really powerful ways that we can treat ourselves on a day-to-day basis. And my challenge is for you to pick one of these things and do it for yourself today. My challenge for you and for me is to try and do something from this list or from your own list, something every single day. Because as I've talked about in another episode, I believe that self-care is a really important part of life, and it's so important if we want to be of service to others that we really focus on ourselves and nourish ourselves. And so this list of ideas is meant to be like a little flower field for you to pick and choose what you love, take it for yourself and turn it into something beautiful that you feel nourishes you and your life. So without wasting too much time, let's jump right into this list. Now, I've divided this list into 4 categories of ways that you can treat yourself. And most of these ideas, if not all, don't have to cost any money. So my 4 categories are time, consume, expand, and beautify. Okay, so our first category is time. How can you use time to really treat yourself? And a couple of ideas I had here are meditate. This is something that I've been focusing more on lately, and I'm certainly not perfect at it, but I kind of think that's the point. If you were perfect at meditating, you probably wouldn't need to meditate. And I've meditated on and off over the years, and I've always found that when I do it consistently, it makes a real difference to the way that I feel day to day. So this one was top of mind for me. Take some time to meditate, even if it's 5 minutes. I do think it can make a really big difference. There's plenty of apps and videos and resources that you can find if it's not currently in your toolbox of things to pull from. But it's a really good one. Another idea, and this is actually where I got the inspiration from for this episode, was to take a hot shower in the middle of the day. Now, I know this is not going to be relevant for all of you. But if you have the opportunity, if you're working from home or if you're looking after kids at home and you can make the time, if things fall in your favour, taking a hot shower in the middle of the day, especially when it's cold like it is right now in winter in Australia, I think that is one of the best luxuries that we can give ourselves. But again, not necessarily relevant or accessible to many people. Another way you can use your time to treat yourself is to call a loved one, someone who you love spending time with and you just love to connect with over the phone. Give them a call just to say hello and connect. I think that's a beautiful way to treat ourselves. And another idea you can spend time on to treat yourself is to delete some emails. That might not appeal to everybody, but if you're anything like me and your email inbox or inboxes, as the case may be, is overflowing with emails, actually spending 10 minutes, 20 minutes cleaning up your emails can have a really big effect on your mindset the next time you open up your inbox. So I really think that definitely belongs in the category of treating yourself. Okay, now my next category is consume. And there's a couple of ideas here for you to treat yourself. The first one is to watch a movie. If you can spare the time in your day and it's not something that you normally do, treat yourself with a movie. Similarly, read a book. And again, spending time to consume something can feel like a real treat. So rather than maybe reaching for your phone when you've got some spare time and scrolling social media, put the phone down and reach for a book instead, and you may be surprised at how nourished you feel on the other side of that. Another idea or another thing you can consume as a real treat to yourself is really beautiful food and or drink. So cook yourself something lovely or grab a really favourite snack or a favourite drink and treat yourself with that. And as you consume it, really be mindful of the fact that you are treating yourself and remind yourself that you are worthy of treating yourself. So that can be a really beautiful way to treat yourself. And another idea with consume is to sit and listen to your favourite music with no distractions. I love this idea, and I can't say I can even remember a time that I've done it, but now I've written it down and I'm absolutely going to do it. Sit down, listen to your favourite music. Don't do anything else at the same time. Don't be reading, don't be looking at your phone. Just listen to the music and let it sink in to all of your cells. Bonus points if you can do that in the dark. I do remember as a child that my dad used to sit and listen to music in the dark, and that's always stuck with me. And I remember the experience as a child, and it is such a powerful one because you don't have any other distractions if you're not looking around at things, and it's something that I think is a real treat. In the category of expand, one way that you could treat yourself is to spend a little bit of time watching a lesson on something you want to learn. So it might be that you go to YouTube and search for typography or calligraphy, or how to propagate a certain plant, or how to play a musical instrument, how to speak a language, something that you'd like to learn. Go watch a lesson on that and just indulge and spend a little bit of time learning. In the same category of expand, you could listen to a podcast while you do nothing else. So similar to listening to your music, listen to a podcast, but don't be running, don't be driving, don't be cooking, don't be cleaning. Just sit and listen and see if you can absorb more of the message in the podcast by just not being distracted while you listen. And I think that'd be a real treat. And then the last one in the category of expand is to journal. This is another one that I think can be super, super powerful. I certainly would love to spend more time doing this because whenever I've done it, it has been transformative. So if you haven't done it, or even if you have, treat yourself with some time to journal. The final category is to beautify. So the first idea under this category to treat yourself is to spend some time tidying or cleaning or decluttering. Now, this is going to depend on your personality type and whether you're the kind of person who really loves walking into a room that is tidy, or coming into the kitchen with clean benches, or walking into your wardrobe and everything being organized. So the actual act of tidying or cleaning might not feel like a treat, but the after effect is way deeper. So that's one idea, to beautify part of your home by doing some tidying or cleaning or decluttering. Another idea is to spend some time on yourself. So maybe it's doing your hair, shaving your legs, doing your makeup, just something that makes you feel more beautiful is a really lovely way to treat yourself. And the final one, and this is, I think, a really powerful one, but a really simple one, is to change your bed sheets. How beautiful is it to pull back the covers and slip into a fresh set of bed sheets? It is just such an indulgence. So if you really want a simple way to treat yourself today, that is a pretty quick, pretty simple idea, I think. So I think I could go on and on with this list if I took some time to sit down and brainstorm. So if you are interested in hearing more of these ideas, please leave a review of the podcast and let me know. And I would be honoured to do follow-up episodes to cover more ways for you to treat yourself. I think it's so important for us to take time to treat ourselves, as I said at the start of this episode, because not only does it make us feel better, it makes us a better human, which makes us more of a pleasure to be around for our loved ones. It's a win for everybody. So I truly hope that this episode has been useful to you. I think someone out there needed to hear it today, and I think I did too, to be honest. So I am definitely going to come back to this list when I feel the need to treat myself. But yeah, let me know how you go. If there's something here that you try or that you loved, or even if you've got more ideas on how to treat yourself, drop me a review in your favourite podcast app. I would love to hear it. And feel free to share this with a friend if there's somebody that you know who you think really needs to treat themselves, but doesn't need to do it in a complex way. I think this is a really simple list. So feel free to send it along. I'd be truly honoured. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. And I look forward to being in your podcast player again really soon. Have a magical day.